All right, I'm already continuing. Sat here for an hour, and I have the time. I'm gonna keep going, and now we're gonna redo what I did, but against cover two and cover four. Uh, so let's do that. Let's just get right into this. So let's come to the play I started off with in single back spread, flanker dig. We're going to go against just a basic cover two here, Tampa 2, with a simple four-man rush. We'll also do the cover two man. We'll try to go through fast. So we know we don't have to worry about the blitz in this situation. But normally I would just run it. So that's why it's not a whole lot of throwing. But there'll be times where you're trying to come back, you're losing, so you need to throw, right? It's the 2 minute drill, right? So you need to throw the ball. You can't just be running it, even though sometimes you want to run it in that situation because you get some big yards, right? If you got the timeout, do it. So we see that it's too high. Definitely looks like cover two. Look how far they're spread out, right? Potentially could be cover four or they're disguising the coverage. But we see two safeties back. There's nobody in the box. Run it. You know, they want to do a cover three, but disguise it as a cover two or a cover four or a cover two man. Run the ball. Make them show what they're doing, right? But we already know this is a cover two. So we're just going to go through our read progressions. How I usually read, like I was saying on this play, you would go right to left. Usually what I'll do before I go to the right is I look at the safeties. If I see the safeties split out and they start to go deep, I know, hey, cover two, I can probably hit Thomas on that post in between the safeties, just as long as that middle linebacker doesn't go too deep. If that middle linebacker goes too deep, well, I have Tony or Austin going right over the middle underneath him, right where my eyes already are. And if I see the safeties kind of stay where they're at, kind of playing a little bit close, I may look for someone real quick like Connor in the flat because I know it's like a cover four. Or if I feel I got the time, Thomas still might be able to get over the top, which we'll look at later. So without further ado, let's do that. All right, I see the safeties going back like that, and I get sacked, even on pro. I might just I don't even think you can do substitutions in this when you're in practice. But let's just step back a little bit more. And that, even with that safety coming over this way, we get a one-play touchdown against cover two. But even if that safety gets over there, even if that linebacker's over there, so we're not going to throw it to him this time. You got all this under... Dang. I was going to throw it to Tony, who was underneath, right? Nobody here, right? And a potential to make a big play, right? And depending on the zone, Williams might be able to get into what is known as honey hole there, where you get past the corner and the safety's not quite there, because the safety's going to follow Thomas, right? So that there's a chance, if you got the time, to throw that in there and throw it better to get a big play, because they both went after the one guy, two guys on one, and no guys on him. There, threw it to him on the run, but another potential big play. You could throw it to either one of those guys when it's cover two. If they had a cover two where the corner there on the outside on Thomas, if he stayed outside, well, you know you have Thomas going over the middle to split the safeties. But even then, like I said, you can just dink and dunk. Spread the ball around, right? If you want big play, there you go. You got a big play. So now let's take this same play. And let's play against man. Man, you can tell it's man. You see everybody really lined up. Right? Looks like press. You just hope your guys can beat their guys. Right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hope our guys beat their guys, and I got sacked. I could have potentially thrown it short, but I wanted the deep shot. I wanted to see if my man could beat their man. And no, that other safety came over, and he had tight coverage. So in this instance, it's probably not the best place to go. And I get sacked within 3 seconds, so I guess I would be throwing it short every time. But it's potential I could throw it up and get it in. Oh, you see, that could have been a play right there. Just missed it there. But against man, like I was saying, I watched the safety split, and then I saw the middle linebacker go after the running back. Like, watch right here. One of the linebackers blitzes, the other one goes after the running back. Well, that means there's nobody over the middle. I look for my guy to beat their guy. I expect my man to beat their man. Right? But let's just say, oh, Tony doesn't win. Well, then I expect I threw it behind him. He did win. I just threw a bad pass. I expect my other guy to beat their guy. Even in that tight coverage, fit it in there. All right? So you see man-to-man, quick in-outs. Even if it's not a quick in-out, it's just an in-out, a quick cut, you can win. That's why I want guys with good change of direction and agility. And acceleration helps too. They make the cut, quickly excel, even if they don't have a top speed. They got like a 87 speed, but they have a 90, 92 acceleration. They feel really fast. Like a Wes Welker, never really fast, but he had agility and acceleration. And those are the kind of guys you want. And convenient enough, Wes Welker did a lot of option routes, right? His routes were a lot of run and shoot style routes. So with that being shown, let's see if we can find a cover 4 to play against this to show how that works. But let's do a match coverage. Well, we have a drop. We'll see if we got a zone in this. Let's go to Will here. Do we have a cover 4 zone? Might have to do a nickel to do that. So we're just going to do the cover 4 drop. Now they got, what, 8 guys in coverage? Again, I would be running the ball here. Even though those safeties will come in to help, I want them to because I want to run them over. Right? So, normally would run it. You wouldn't be throwing against this a lot, but doesn't mean you can't. Oh, cover 4. I just got my big guy on your little guys. So I'm going to wear out your corners to help out my receivers. Right? I'm just going to do that again because it was fun to run them over. Right? That was a first down. Just going hike throw. But we're going to see if we can hit the other routes. These in routes might be a little tough because they got guys right there. And they were. I got sacked even with a 3-man rush because Lawrence is a beast. But we'll try to fit them in again. We know they're going to get hit. You're probably not going to want to throw to these corners. I mean, these in routes. But we'll see if we can... That one, he cut outside real quick right when I was trying to throw it up over his head. So we'll see if that's consistent. Yeah, it's risky because he's... my mic out there. But you can see he stood there right when I was throwing it. Like, he could intercept that. But right at that last second where I'm like, you know what? I'm trusting you're going to move. Yeah, see, don't do it. Because he's not always going to bite. Their safe bet is to get it to Connor. Because even if he's chasing after him, he's not going to get there in time. So if you are going to throw it against the cover 4, drop anyway, you can just dink and dunk your way. You can hit this wheel route over there. You just practice that over there. Potentially, we're going to try to hit the big one. And that time, just made a good play, because probably it's on pro. If I could wait a little bit longer, he might actually get behind that safety. So let's see if I can get enough time. I don't have the routes to distract him, but he can still do it, and I'm going to prove it by staying away from Lawrence. And if I let it up further, I don't know why I was pressing up in that direction. It didn't go. We'll try it one more time, and then we'll do a cover 4 match. This time I got it. Put it right at the end there. So even against the cover 4, if you got the time, you can still hit this. But that's against a cover 4 drop. We'll look at a match. Match works out a little differently. So let's pick the same play. We're going to have to do a different formation. Maybe they got one in dollar. Do you got a... No, they got a cover 4 drop. So they don't do matches when they have 6 corners. That seems foolish. Let's just do a regular nickel here. And we'll do quarters.
Here we go. Here we go.
And we'll see how that matches. We can still do this. Wasn't as efficient. They got a linebacker over there. But that linebacker matched up on Tony. Not going to work too well. You're probably going to have that all day. But normally that's a corner. So we're just going to say he's playing Tony better than what he's doing there. Which you saw how the corner and safety dropped off at Austin on the outside here. So you can throw that in there. You just watch that nickel guy, who happens to be a linebacker here. If he drops back, Connor. If he comes down, Austin. Right? We know cover 4. He's playing the running back. Boom. Right? And this is against quarters. It's a match coverage. We'll flip the play so that we have an actual corner covering this in route. And it would be like the same principle. And I got hit when I threw to the open guy there. So it basically works out the same, even if it's a corner. He wants to play the running back. He doesn't know this guy's right behind him, right? But let's do the switch route here. Now, you're not going to be able to throw that too well. I just decided to throw it to show you how close that coverage was. Probably should have broke that up. So when it's match, you can see that he covers that, and another guy comes over. Yeah, he didn't need to do that. That play was over. It's practice. Whoa. Yeah, anyway, you know, that wheel route, probably not a good option. But since it's matched, that strong safety there above the fire on the right, he comes down. If you notice when I'm making those throws, he's coming down. And the safety and everybody else was going after that wheel, which leaves what? Thomas. What you'll notice here, he's manned up, megged by that corner. And as long as you got some time, and that was just a bad throw. I'm leading up and away, and it was down and away. So let's just not get sacked. Let me see. Can I switch the double team? Alright, so hopefully that helps out. I forgot to pass lead. But you can see that right there, if I pass let it, then that was another glitch, right? It wasn't showing for a second. You got the time. Your man versus his man. Pass lead it. Boom. Even during match when it's quarters, you can did it. Now let's go against Palms. Let's do it. Assuming there's Palms in this playbook. I'm assuming. Okay, we got cover 4 quarters. There we go. Cover 4 Palms. Alright, we're going to go through the whole process again. I'm normally going to do that. But we know what's going on. So we're going to make the same kind of read. See where that slot guy, what is he deciding to do? Right? Same thing. We'll see how they respond to the switch route over here. You notice how the corner passes him off, which allows a potential to throw it up over him. I think I can pass lead that better. So let's try that. So if we're going against palms, which you're probably not going to face in a 2x2 set, there's potential. I'll try it one more time, because I don't think my path leading was very good on that one. And I got hit, so... One more time without getting hit.
Let's go now.
And I didn't pass lead enough, but you're probably better than me. You might be able to make that through. But now the safety takes Thomas. So these switch routes might be good... not good. They might be bad against a palms coverage where the safety and corner will switch leverage, because now that safety has inside leverage on Thomas. So you're probably just going to have a dink and dunk on the right. But that's the cool thing about this formation. Why I like it is because you can flip it and you can be running the same play and the scheme to the other side. So the user, hopefully you'll get them off guard. You know, you keep running this to this side, you just switch it. But anyway, watch how that safety takes him. You can still get by him. The other safety on palms, that's why a lot of people use palms against trip set, where you got 3 receivers to one side, is because that backside safety is looking for a crosser. So this probably won't work so well, but we're going to try to make it work. But he seems to be bracketed by those safeties, so it's definitely a no-go. We're going to force it in there anyway, though, just to show highly unlikely you're going to make that throw. So if you notice that it's palms here, that safety takes Thomas, you know it's palms. Don't make that throw. All right? Very simple read there. And your best bet is, if you want to try to go deep, you need to go deep, is not get sacked and try to pass lead very far down the field to the wheel route here. We're going to try it one more time. And my pass leading isn't leading. I don't know if it's the quarterback or if I'm just that bad. Every time I think I have it good is when I get hit. Let's try it one more time here. There we go. Boom. So you see, this is where you want to go. If you need a deep play and you notice that it's palms, cover 4 palms, there you go. You got the wheel. So let's recap. If it's cover 4 quarters and you want to go deep, I mean, not quarters. If it's just cover 4 drop and you want to go deep, then you could wait for Thomas to get open, which he will. Not guaranteed. You're going to have to wait till he gets to that safety on the other side, on the right, and throw it up over his head there. So you need time for that. But then you can just throw a quick back shoulder to the outside to Williams on that wheel route if you need to go deep against a regular cover 4 drop. Now, if it's quarters, they tend to chase Thomas a little bit. You can still try to get a throw over to the outside to Williams against quarters, but you could make the throw to Thomas a little easier, almost as if you're throwing it as quick as against a cover 2 where you split the safeties there. So you can make that play there. And if it's palms, you notice the safety is taking Thomas. He's bracketed because that other safety is going to take him. Don't even bother. He gets 2 men on him. unless you're just really good and you can make the perfect throws. Don't do it. But you still need to go deep. Try to throw it up to the wheel route, right? So against cover two, you could try to throw it underneath, or Thomas on that post route, or if you flipped it, doesn't matter. Whoever you have going over there over the middle, you try to hit that deep route. If he's covered by the linebacker, the user, dump it underneath to Tony or Austin. You can still try to fit that wheel route in if you're good against the cover two. And against man, you could just quickly hit Tony or Austin, whichever one you feel like. So that wraps up that play. Now we're going to get more into the option routes because we did a switch coverage there, a swap. So let's go to what's becoming my favorite formation here. Let's just do a quick option route here. We'll do divides. Can't even talk. We'll do the opposite here. Let's start with a palms. We got the cover 4 palms here. All right. So let's see how this plays out here. You might be able to hit Williams with a back shoulder. We're going to try that first just to show if it's possible. And against a regular, this is cover 4 palms, you can fit that in. You can do a streak. As long as you're very confident in your throwing, you can make these plays. Right? And if you wanted to, you could also put Connor on a route. If you think they're doing a cover 4, they're not blitzing, they're more worried about coverage because you're beating the blitz, which you ought to be doing with the run and shoot. You ought to be being able to beat the blitz. Then you can put Connor on a route, but having an extra blocker never hurts, especially with Lawrence coming at you all the time like he's doing with me. So let's see how this plays out. We're going to look at the option. You can see that he can do a dig or 2 different levels of a post route. And against cover 4 quarters, this is palms. He does the right, he does a dig. I tried to fit it in. I wasn't quite sure what he was going to do against palms, but now that I know, I can throw it a little sooner. He's going to take a hit. If you don't mind throwing hospital balls to your players, that's where you can go with the ball. You know that he's doing a dig. He comes under the safeties who are playing deep. And what I would rather see here, if you know, hey, they're doing this palms coverage, what I would do is take one of either the running back or one of those receivers and put them all on a route over the middle. So what we're just going to do here is we're going to put Connor on a curl. And what this is going to do is hopefully draw that linebacker down so that you can make a quicker throw. I probably could have thrown that quicker, so let's try that one more time. If I know they like running palms, then yeah, I'll put that running back on a little hook to draw his attention. Or what I would do is put this, did the wrong route, put this guy on a drag. It's like a switch choice route kind of thing. And they don't even bother. Threw it 2 yards and got a first down out of it, right? So this is again against palms. But if you're just going to quick hike, you could try to throw the outside shoulder to Williams. But we're going to see how it handles this. And that wheel route, I didn't see really any point where that was really open. We'll try it again. Yeah, I tried to throw it a little lower, quicker. The other guy gets it. Yeah, there's really no point where you're going to get that. The inside route that this guy's doing, you can throw it like low, probably a little quicker than that. The hole opens up. Kind of risky. If you practice this and you know, hey, I see that they are doing palms. Right? You can fit that in. Of course, possession catch it. But let's look at this one. This one is what I like to use a lot. So we'll see how this plays. This one got open real fast, so that works pretty good against the Palms. Again, with the choice route, we're probably going to see the same issue. All right, he's going to make the play, but he's going to take a hit. He might drop it, might fumble it, might get injured. Right? I plan on doing a franchise, so that looks a little iffy. Choice special here, pretty much what I was changing the other play into. So Williams, I would like him to go out a little bit quicker, but yeah, we're going to go with that. Because on a cover 3, he would get open real quick if he did a quick out. And that's, I think, what that play is supposed to be, is just like a quick 5-yard out. But it's a 10-yard. So we're just going to work with that. And we're going to focus on that just to see how it handles with the Palms. He drops back so far back. It's kind of like doing a flood, but instead of a corner route, you're doing an out, a deep out, right? And that seems to work very well, at least against Palms, right when I know he's going to cut, make the throw. No one hits him. Quick safe, right? It's like a Chris Carter kind of play there. Just catch it right for the out of bounds. But this is pretty much what I was doing already, dealing with knowing what the linebackers are going to do. Just have a drag to keep people away from the option. So this choice special would be a good audible to handle this Palms coverage. So let's go to quarters. Let's do quarters. But of course, I see this. You don't even have to throw. You can just run it. Try to truck 2 guys. But anyway, let's go back to the choice, the divide swap. And now let's do quarters. All right. Probably a lot of the similar stuff here. Throw to this quick outside here. I probably have the same issue with the linebackers. Yep. So having that choice special option would probably be good against this. Might be good against all cover 4s. We'll find out. And we're going to look at this switch release, how this affects. Looks like you can still throw it in there. It causes some issue there in the coverage against cover 4 Palms and quarters. But I do not think that this wheel route is going to get open. Because that quarter's right there. Maybe, because that corner's paying attention to the inside guy against quarters, right? Because he's supposed to watch number 1. So yeah, you can fit it in. So with the quarters, you got more options. You can try to hit the wheel. You can try to hit that in one. You can try to hit Williams. You can even hit Tony if you want to get him killed. Or you could just put him on a quick thing like this. So the linebacker won't be there. You have more time to wreck. I wanted to possession catch it, but I thought I might be able to rack it and get some yards, and I failed. So let's look at the divide special, one of my favorite plays to run. And we'll see how the coverage handles it. This is quarters, and look at that. You got a quick play. I always like throwing it quick. You got somebody open quick, boom, take it. You don't wait and get sacked trying to make a big play, right? And we'll look at the option route here. I tried to throw it over the head, but tried to get it in there quick. So again, with this play, you might want to do something like this. Put the running back on a little hitch, throw over his head. Looks a little bit safer than the other one. And of course, you can still threw it a little late, way late. I meant to throw it almost as soon as I hiked it,
Ready, ready, set.
and boom. And just a quick tip that you might not know of,
Here we
and
go.
the reason why he didn't throw it is because I was throwing it before he caught the ball. Before Trey Lance caught the snap, I was trying to throw it. But you can throw it as quick as he catches it. And I'll show you. I'm going to hike it, and as soon as he touches it, I'm hitting the throw.
Ready.
Just like an RPO, right? As soon as he touches it, throw it.
Okay, ready,
And but watch, I'm going to try to hit it before,
ready, go.
and he doesn't throw it because I hit it before he touched it. But anyway,
Ready,
let's yeah, look at the cover 4 drop. All the cover 4s seem to be playing quite similarly against what I'm presenting here. So let's go to the divide swap. Let's go back to a dime. Let's go to a cover 4 drop, and then we'll do man and cover 2. All right, so this is a drop.
hut, hut.
Against the drop, that quick throw is not there. We're going to see if we can wait a little bit
Set, hut.
and try to throw it in later. Yeah, still not a good option. He's bracketed right there. We can see if he runs right by the guy, which he has over the top leverage, you know, and I didn't pass lead really that well at all. Doesn't seem like a good option. But we'll try it one more time just to see if we can win here. And it looks like I finally got by him. And still, the ball wasn't right where I wanted it to be. Potential, but it wouldn't be where you're really looking, right? Let's see what happens with option route with Tony. Against the drop, it's a lot safer because you know where the linebacker he's going to go. Everybody's going to their special drops. You can even rack this and go wherever you want to go. So that throw's definitely safer. But if it's a user, you still might want to put this guy here,
Ready, ready.
because if he wants to cover that route, you can just dump it. I was going to throw to Tony, but I was just showing that you could throw this real quick. Now the switch. The switch, I don't know how it's going to affect a drop. It shouldn't really mess them up, but we'll see. That throw, definitely tighter.
Set, ready.
Like those, the corner and the linebacker there both drop out.
Ready,
So trying to make this quick throw, not very practical. Definitely don't do that. We'll try the wheel. Quick is not open, going deep. Okay, right there is potential.
let's go.
When the wheel gets past that guy, yep, there you go. There's a sweet little spot right there. So against cover 4 drop,
Set, hut.
you could still get a pretty good play here. You just got to practice it, because that went right in the middle of the circle, and it shouldn't have. Yeah, a little risky, but if you practice it, you could build your confidence and timing with that. Because with the drop, that corner's looking at the other guy. Let's see if he'll just run by the corner, the outside corner, because he's facing that inside guy. Nope, he's playing that. You could just throw that down, maybe. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's get that corner, that outside corner, running back. That's what we're gonna do. Once he starts running, he's running. All right. See, in the run and shoot, even your bad plays become positive.
Here we go. Set.
All right. Let's see. When we get him really chasing down, throw it down. And he just, I didn't react. I don't know why I couldn't have made that play. So yeah, when you get really far, you get that corner going. I didn't get him running back. You know how he's dropping back? Watch that outside corner. He's going to drop back. He's just kind of going, looking inside, but then all of a sudden he starts running deep. We're going to try to get that going here. Now he's running. He just turned and started hightailing it. You see that? Because he's kind of looking inside, running sideways, and then all of a sudden he's just booking it. Then you throw it back. All I did was hold back and throw a... I did it too soon. Well, let's do it one more time. Hopefully I get the time. So against cover 4 drop, watch that guy. Okay, he's running. He's just running. Easy. Easy. Got it down to the 25 from the 35. So let's try to do math. Let's say we're at the 40. No, they're at the 35. Okay, so we went to the 45, to their 45, to their 35, to their 25. A 40-yard pass against the cover 4 drop. You just got to have the time. If you got the time, and you see he started running, and potentially I could rack catch that. All right, so against the cover 4, you could get an easy 40 yards every time with that wheel route if you got the time and the patience and the poise to do it. Dang it, I meant to show you the other plays. Let's go back to that cover 4 drop. Sorry about that. Did I pass it? Oh, there we go. So let's go over to my favorite one here. To this one. That one looked like it might be open. Like those two guys are worried about the inside slot receivers. So let's go back to this divide. They look like they're manned up on them. They're not manned up, but it looks like there's enough distraction where you could throw this. So you got a quick throw potential here against a cover 4 drop to the opposite side. On the other cover 4s, you could do that to the single receiver side. But now you got to do it to the 3 receiver side. So that's a good to know. We'll see if the Tony wheel gets open here. No, that looks pretty well bracketed. I think there's a little hole you could get it. I'm going to try it again. When he passes the linebacker. But yeah, that's risky. But you could get it there. You just throw it back as soon as he gets by that linebacker. The linebacker lets him go. Because his cover 4 drop, he's not man-to-man to him. So he's past him, I'm throwing it down. And there's a 35-yard play right there. Alright, so let's go back to the divide. And we're looking at this option route. And I got hit. Looked like the linebacker was trying to play it. He was playing it pretty well, but we'll try it again. Yeah. Yeah, tight, not too tight. Wasn't too scared about it. You know, good linebacker, a good user, maybe. But then again, you're worried about that if you're looking over the middle. You got the running back here. You either throw that, but you notice how it drew the attention of the linebacker. So you want the middle open, and it's a cover 4 drop. Put that there. Not as tight. He's a little slower to react to it because he's worried about that running back in front of him. So let's go over to choice special. Let's look at Williams. That throw is not open. I mean, we can try to time it and throw a nice touch pass. But I don't know. Woo! I don't know you want to risk that, especially a user clicking on. Let's try it again, because that was just nice. It's always nice making these kind of... I'm just doing touch. I'm not doing a lob, and I'm not doing a beam the ball, you know, I'm not just hucking it. I am tapping it just a little bit. Like push the button, let it go. Push it, let it go. And that looks like you could make that if you're confident in your skills there. But I imagine Tony should get open quite well with this, having this draw. I mean, yeah. But you can easily dump it off. I mean, you got a quick option that nobody's covering. Why wouldn't you just take that all day? This seems to get open quite well against all the cover fours. But let's come back over here. Let's see if they still get distracted. We got a drag. Let's see if it still distracts that corner so that we can throw it quick to Thomas. And it looks like that's not going to be consistent. Like, I got it this time, but I think it's because it's on pro.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Hut, hut.
Yeah, he ended up making the play that time. Let's try it one more time.
10 cycles.
But I'm not thinking this one's going to be consistent. Yeah, he's getting over there like he knows where I'm going now. That one time, it worked. Let's see if we can get 50-50 out of it. Nope. Okay, 4 times, 2 incompletions, 1 interception, 1 catch. Definitely shouldn't be doing it. Alright, so now let's do against man to man. We're just going to do cover 2, not cover 1. Maybe I'll do cover 1 in another video or something. Alright. There we go. Cover 2 man. This is where I'm definitely looking for Williams. That's not where I was expecting it to go. We'll try that again. As soon as he gets over there. Wow, they're actually covering very well. He's not beating that press too well. Let's try. That's the thing about man. If you know it's man, you don't think your guys can beat their guys. If they're not having a spy, you can run. But that Williams one, it looks like they got that pretty well locked down. Let's try to really pass lead outside of that bubble. And of course. Come on, guys. Now I lobbed it instead of putting a touch pass. Let me try it again. I'm trying to get a touch pass on this. Never mind. Yeah, potentially you could do it with a touch pass, but I'm... Oh, the sacks are already getting in my head. I don't know why I audibled the reset play. Alright, I won't bore you with this. Let's move on to the other routes here. We'll see how the man handles the switch. And it seemed to handle that pretty well. I think with man here, you're probably not going to use these routes. Yeah, barely fit that one in there. I knew it would be tough. Probably not something you want to risk. I guess with man, we can do this here. This route should beat the man. He goes under the safety. Still very tight throw. But it seems like man does a pretty good job, at least cover 2 man, of covering this here. Not a lot of man beaters. Like that safety can easily dive down and pick that. So let's audible to the divide special. How does it handle here? Does this outside guy handle it as well? Yes, he does. And of course it's cover 2. You want to actually attack the middle of the field. So that's what we're going to do. That safety has to deal with both these guys coming up after him. And that choice route should do his post route. I don't know why it's not doing it there, but this guy should definitely do a post. So this choice divide works pretty good against the cover 2 man. The bump does mess him a little bit,
560.
because he's the guy. Yeah, he gets bumped. And I got sacked, but you can see that he's open again. That wheel route against this cover 2 man does not seem like it. Oh wow, I snuck that in. I was like, man, I got to get that away from the safety.
Here we go. Here we go.
And that worked out. So let's try that again.
Drill 52.
Because that corner was on him. Alright, this one might work too against man. You can attack either one here. Because it both, you can see how his wheel route, right at the, when he gets to the 50 there, he cuts in. So he still divides the safeties as well. So you could try to hit R, or you could try to hit X here.
Here we go. Set. 43 rail.
We're going to try X again. We're going to try to make a really big play here. And I don't know why sometimes it doesn't, it shows where you put it, but then it gives you its place somewhere else. I don't know what's up with that, but let's. That one I didn't lead at all, and it led it pretty well. I just want to take that and lead it inside, and I think we can get it potentially a one-play touchdown here. I'm going to try it a couple times here, guys.
52 blaster. Ready?
Yeah, throwing it too soft, that safety gets over there.
Down. Claws 10.
That's why you just practice like all these same plays over and over. That guy was just way too open to not throw him.
Here we go.
But that's something, when you do these rub routes like this, it can backfire and bump up your guys, but it can also turn into big plays as it messes their coverage up. Come on, guys. It's practice. You're playing like it's the Super Bowl here.
Striker 3-3. Hut, hut.
There's potential. I'm going to try to break out of that circle
Shovel 38.
and hold L1 when I throw this to see if I can really... Really, guys? Come on! I think it's stupid how Madden has the block shedding just that insane. They should just have a pass rush where they don't break the block. They push the pocket and they move the pocket, but they don't break the pocket so that you can examine the field. At least an option for you to turn off the block shed. Because it's just ridiculous. Because see, here we are on Pro. That's the difficulty. And we have Tristan Wirth. I know Burns is a good pass rusher, but come on. Yeah, so if you pass lead outside of that circle, I think you can actually get a one-play touchdown, potentially. I didn't throw that hard enough. Let's one more time and we'll move on. All right, we'll move on. Probably getting bored. Oh, one more throw. One more throw. Pray for me, guys. I get protected here, so this can end for all of our sakes. This is perfect because the coverage he beat it. So there's potential there. Definitely need to practice that. You see cover 2 man. That could be something. But let's move on to the other one I've been doing here. Let's look at Williams. What does he do against man? He should do a little corner or post, whatever. That's what I meant to say. A little slant. And let's see if we can fit it in there. He has inside leverage, so you gotta get that in there perfectly. Normally, the way I see it, it's like, I don't want to throw that, but I'm trusting my guy to get by him. I'm trusting that route's a man beater, and he's gonna do it. But you can see his coverage is very tight. bounced off his hands.
Ready, ready.
Let's try it just one or two more times here. Yeah, it's definitely maybe practice a little bit. Make sure you throwing it right. I threw it a little more of a touch, but it was still put a little bit of heat on it. Not too much.
Striker, 3-3.
But let's look at the other routes against man here. Of course, the drag, as soon as he passes the linebacker who's zoned there, because he goes into his zone because he's covering the running back. The running back's not going out, so he stays put. So as soon as, if I wanted the linebacker out of the way, I could just do this. And then this is open a lot quicker. Right? Then let's look at what if Tony can get open here against. I think that was more of my throw than it was the route because he had him beat.
22 needle.
Let's see if we can get that again. There, put a little bit of touch on it, and we can get past that guy.
Here we go.
You might think it's a bit risky because the guys are there, but it's still a makeable throw. There's a window there. Now,
17.
Thomas, I don't know.
Set, go.
Because see that safety, if we can get it past the safety, yeah. That safety kind of stood still because he was watching Tony's route, right? You see that safety doesn't move back. So as soon as he gets to the safety,
Ready.
you can throw it up because on cover 2, the corners play underneath. They play underneath coverage because they expect the safety to help them. So you could go to this play here and have your choice, if you want to go deep anyway, to Tony or Thomas.
Set.
Because as soon as he gets... Oh, that time, he wants to play deep. So you have to watch that safety. You watch that safety. If he wants to play Tony, throw a lob up to Thomas. If he wants to cover Thomas, throw a touch pass to Tony.
Ready.
So let's see what we got here. That one I waited way too long, that other safety there.
Set. Ready.
Let's try it again.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Ready. Go.
That time it's totally... Watching that safety has messed up my timing for that throw because I'm hoping I can get the deep shot.
10 cycles. Hut, hut.
Let's just wait. No, he starts running back. Maybe if I throw it more to the outside, let's just try it. We're just going to throw it no matter what over to him.
Two blaster.
When he gets to the safety, yeah, Lawrence is like, you're not doing that. Yeah, whatever.
Claws. 10. Set. Hut.
So you could still do this against cover 2. That'd piss a lot of people off. Why isn't the safety going back?
Hut.
Because of Tony, that's why.
Hut, hut.
So it might not be consistent. Maybe I gotta...
Ready, ready.
Maybe I'll hit the L1 button here and put a little bit more of a... How... I don't get it. The circle, the white circle's out there, but it doesn't land where it's supposed to. Like, what is going on?
97.
Yeah, see, my white circle is over there, but it throws it differently. Like, what is going on?
22 needle. Hut.
If it would go to where I actually want to throw it, that might actually be something.
560.
I'm just going to tap it. I'm just going to lob it. Yeah, it's basically going, if I'm not even pushing a direction, it's going into the same place.
Here we go. Set. Shot.
I'm just doing it one more time here, then we'll go to a cover 2. There we go. Now it went right where I threw it. Dang it, I'm at the end here. Let's run through this. I got 5 minutes, almost 60 minutes. Another 60-minute video here. All right, let's quickly get over to the divide swap and go to a Tampa 2. Okay, Williams might be able to hit the honey hole, and there, that's potential right there. Let's try it again. When he gets past the corner, huck it in. It's not the best. That corner's playing outside pretty well. I'm not letting him get out there. Let's try this wheel route. Works very well. The inside route, I think, can also work. Maybe I was wrong. Be the timing. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, you can potentially get that in there. The choice route. The linebacker is playing that very well. We'll try it one more time to see if we can just throw it up over him. And I was getting hit as that happened, so potentially let's try one more time. Yeah, it's a tough throw. That was more of a lob than a touch. But let's go over to divide special. That is real open fast against the cover 2. Let's go back to it. That's just where I'm going. They're bracketing the inside guy. The 2 outside receivers potentially could get to the honey hole here. It seems like the guy on the right here with the 3 receiver side gets open a little more consistently. That just, again, not right where I want to throw it, but we're going to move on to the next play I was using. Let's see how Williams, what he does here. Okay, now he runs a fade. So now that I know what he's doing. Oops, wrong play. Let's go. Yeah, so on this choice route, you could make the play. I'm trying to throw it more outside. Yep, you can fit that in. You just need to practice that. Let's go to this outside one. Should be, again, the same kind of thing, except it's not leading. I don't know if I'm just not good at this, or Madden hates me. Again, what is up with it not going where it's supposed to go? Any help with that would be beneficial here. Alright, so the drag should be open quick because that linebacker is going back deep. And that is that. But ultimately, against these coverages that I mentioned in this video, I hit the wrong button, but still made a play. All solved. You want to play these 2 high safety looks. Problem solved right here by Lawrence. Yeah. We'll try that again. You just run the ball. Alright? But you can still throw against these coverages. Just mostly you're going to be throwing against cover 3s, cover 1s, single high safety looks, and cover 0 looks, and run against everything else for the most part. And that's that, with a minute left to go. And don't forget, get right with God now while you can. Accept what Jesus has done for you, because your time could be up right now. God forbid you're choking on a cheese puff and you're dying right here watching my video, and thank you for thinking of me while you're dying. But you're going to go into the afterlife and have to pay for your sins. You know, all those things that you said and done that were wrong, that you know there needs to be justice for it. And yeah, you need to be born again, changed, so you're fit for the kingdom of heaven. God offers you that freely. The problem is you just don't want to accept it. So accept it now. We can enjoy more of this run and shoot, and I'll get into the 46. But anyway, thanks. Take care.